Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the JXB-4 from Brubaker Guitars. This is the Stealth Bomber. Let's check it out. This is the JXB-4, the Stealth Bomber from Brubaker Guitars. And this is one really cool futuristic themed jazz bass with a PJ pickup setup. Big thank you to viewer Freddy for allowing me to borrow this bass for quite a long time. Apologies for that, but this bass has actually been through a lot, being shipped back and forth. It got damaged during shipping, and then there were some electronics issues. Everything is finally sorted now, and we are ready to take a look at this really awesome sounding bass. The specs are really neat as well, and let's go over those now. The body of this JXB-4 is made of poplar and is finished in this beautiful matte black, though it is a bit of a dust and fingerprint magnet, though it's pretty easy to clean off. And as you can see here, the theme of this bass is basically none more black. Everything that you see here is either painted or stained black or is carbon fiber, except for a few bits on the bridge here, and the strings, of course. The strings being these SIT, Stay in Tune, Foundation, nickel strings, gauges 45 to 105. So we have a poplar body, PJ pickup configuration from Ulyate pickups. These sound real nice. Tons of clarity, tons of low end, but also tons of high end as well. I mean, real nice tone out of these pickups. We featured Ulyate pickups on the channel before with an Aria Pro 2 ZZB build that we did a while back for another viewer. And these are different pickups though, but they sound great. For electronics, this is where things get a bit fun. We have swappable modules. We have this passive volume tone setup, but we also have an Aguilar OBP3 3-band preamp. So we are able to hot swap these on the go, and we will be going over the tones both with the passive config as well as with this 3-band preamp. And yes, both the control plates on both as well as the pickguard are real carbon fiber. The bridge is the Ray Ross saddleless bridge. We've also featured this bridge on the channel with my Harley Benton fretless jazz bass build, and it was a very neat bridge, though I did have some personal troubles installing it. Nothing to do with the bridge. I was just a dummy and was like, oh, I'm not intonating it right. That was totally on me. There's nothing wrong with the bridge, and it ended up working out fine. Though we weren't really able to perceive any big tonal difference, I think the bridge works well here, especially with the overall theme and aesthetic. Moving up to the neck, we have a 21 fret, 34-inch scale jazz bass profile neck, finished in all black. This is a maple neck with a maple fingerboard, but everything is painted black. We also have large glow-in-the-dark side markers here, so you can find your way around if you are in a dark room, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see this bass very well. Moving up to the headstock, we have the Brubaker logo, an interesting headstock design with a cool little engraving, and 4 Hipshot ultralight tuners. Also black. Now let's go ahead and turn the bass around. Around back is where things get really neat. First off, you really don't see much of anything other than the 9-volt battery compartment and this ridiculous neck joint. This is so smooth and integrated. I've never seen anything like this in a jazz bass type instrument. So very, very cool neck joint here. Allows you to access the upper frets with absolute ease. Very cool. We also can see more clearly the black finish on the back of this maple neck here, going all the way up to the headstock. The finish on this neck is actually a bit of a dark stain, so you can see a bit of grain if you look at it. A very nice touch. And how much does the Brubaker JBX4 weigh? This particular example comes in at around 8.8 pounds, which is decently lightweight for a jazz bass style instrument. And how much does this bass cost? Well, I believe these come in at around $3,000, maybe a hair under $3,000, especially with all the features that we see here. That being said, this is a custom USA-made jazz bass style instrument from Kevin Brubaker, a renowned builder. So this is definitely a quality instrument, and you are getting what you pay for, in my opinion. So if this is what you're looking for, I'll have a link down to Brubaker Guitars' website in the description below. Keep in mind, I am not affiliated with Brubaker Guitars, and this was sent to me from a viewer. So thank you again, Freddie, for letting me borrow this bass. Now I know you're all wondering, well, what does this thing sound like? You all know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. That is the Brubaker JBX-4 with the Ulyate pickups here. This PJ config sounds absolutely killer. We have a split coil P pickup here and a hum canceling J pickup. That's right, this J pickup is dead quiet. No single coil hum and no noise whatsoever on a bass like this. So what you've heard was both pickups engaged, volumes at 100% for both, and the tone at 100%. This is just the volume tone setup, and we have these PJ pickups here. Let's play this one more time, and then we'll solo the pickups and play with the tone control. So both pickups, tone open. Wow. Yeah. What tone out of this thing, man? Like, what tone? This is really, really nice, bright, clear, but aggressive tone out of these PJ pickups here. Let's go ahead and bring down the volume of the J pickup and solo the P with the tone at 100%. Wow, again, these pickups sound so good. Really, really nice sound out of these Ulyate pickups. Let's take the tone down to about 50% now. And here's the tone all the way down. Very nice, very nice. Let's open the tone control up once more and take down the neck pickup and solo our bridge pickup here. This is a hum canceling jazz pickup here, no single coil hum. Tone open, here's what that sounds like. Not bad at all. Let's take the tone down to about 50%. And here's the tone all the way down. Let's take the tone back up on the bridge pickup. So the voicing of this bridge pickup is definitely not your classic jazz bass 70s bridge pickup kind of Jacko-y sound, and that is okay, because combined with this P pickup, you definitely have a strong, clear tone, which is very nice sounding. Let's take both pickups to 100% volume now and turn the tone back to 100% as well. Here's what that sounds like. Ooh, I think with both pickups together, it's like a jazz bass sound almost. I mean, you get that clarity of that jazz bass, but you get a little bit more of that P bass thump than you normally do. So with both pickups together, this thing just sounds phenomenal. Let's take the tone down to about 50% now with both pickups engaged. Very nice. And the tone all the way down. Let's take the tone back up, and I'm going to grab my pick here, and we're going to solo the neck pickup first with the pick on the P pickup, tone all the way open. Pick tone on the P pickup is just, it's so good. Oh, like listen to that. Again, I'm not running through any effects or any crazy big amp or any like multi-$100 million rig or whatever. This is a 50-watt orange practice amp with the direct out going into my Focusrite. And this thing through this amp sounds killer. And this bass through a big fancy amp would probably sound even better. Oh, I love it. Love it. Let's bring the bridge pickup back to have both pickups together, tone all the way open with a pick. It just loves to be picked. It just goes, and yes, I like this. I'm going to put the pick away now before I have an aneurysm or something, but let's go ahead and give this bass a slap. Yes, very good slap tone, very nice. And let's have the P pickup solo to once more slap it. Okay, let's bring the bridge pickup back, keep the tone open, and none of that matters because we are going to yank out our controls. That's right, we have just yanked them out. There are 3 screws that we can use to secure the control plate to the body. They're right over here. I'm not going to lose them, I promise. But we're going to take this, put it down next to me, and grab our second control module here featuring the Aguilar OBP3. So let's pop that in now. There is a little magnet set up in here to make these things like slide in and seat properly. So it's going to drop it in. Whoop. So now we have our preamp installed. Here's what that sounds like, again with the preamp centered and blend control centered. So that is with the Aguilar OBP3 centered. Let's go ahead and play with it a little bit. Let's boost our bass control to about 50%, boost our treble to 50% as well, and leave our mids kind of in the center. We'll see where that is. That is a real nice smooth tone we got there. Let's take the mids down all the way now, leaving the bass and treble boosted. So this is the mid scoop with both pickups engaged. Let's boost the mids to roughly about 50% as well. Not bad at all. Let's solo the neck pickup here, and let's bring down the treble all the way, keep the bass centered, and let's play with our mids. So very nice. Now, this is a 3-band preamp. You can boost and cut the mids, highs, and lows. However, I think that the passive setup was already like almost perfect. That being said, Brubaker will build pretty much any preamp in one of these little modules for you, like, you know, just like this here. They'll pop anything in here, make whatever controls you want. So I believe these are just 2 varieties of what you can get. So keep that in mind. You are not just limited to these 2 options. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and yank this module out, swap in our passive module, and let's throw some drums behind this bass. So here are my final thoughts on the Brubaker Guitars JXB-4. This is a killer custom bass. And I remember back in NAMM 2021, Summer NAMM, seeing a lot of swappable, hot swappable pickups and electronics make their way to almost the mainstream. There were several builders making little modules for their guitars where you could hot swap the pickups, hot swap the preamps, all that good stuff. And I'm happy to see that coming to the modern bass world. I personally think the design is like 99% there. There are definitely a few kinks to work out, but overall I think this bass is a killer offering. The neck joint I love. The whole design aesthetic I love. The tone of these Ulyate pickups. Ridiculous tone. Ulyate makes some of the best pickups out there. I've only played, again, a couple of basses with them, and every time they've just been absolutely killer. So, awesome tone out of these Ulyate pickups. The passive electronics with this volume tone module sound great. I'm not a huge fan of the Aguilar module that we have as an option for the preamp. However, again, Brubaker will build pretty much any preamp you want into one of those modules, so you have options. Now, I'm not really going to rate this bass as it's starting to get into the custom $3,000-ish type of USA handmade instruments, but I will say that this is a awesome bass. The neck is great, the fretwork is awesome. So good job, Brubaker Guitars. I think you've made a really killer bass with a unique feature here with this control module setup. I hope this catches on in the bass world like as a whole and becomes more mainstream, because that would be great to have just more hot swappable options and less soldering when it comes to messing around with these electronics. I know EMG has their plug-and-play system, which I absolutely adore when it comes to doing mod projects. Makes things a lot easier, and I really like this setup as well. So again, great job everybody involved, and great bass. Let me know what you all think about the Brubaker JXB-4 down in the comments below. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Brubaker JXB-4, the Stealth Bomber. And as always, until we groove again,